So my philosophy in life is that instead of complaining about a problem, I look for a solution. And I wrote a book, and I just look at all the problems we have in the world today, and I look for the most logical solutions that I can come to. And one of the problems that I've realized that we have is science can be manipulated, and it can be used as a tool to trick people into believing things that may not necessarily be the case. And I think that it's obvious how that's done. Clearly, when it comes to science, any outcome can be manipulated by variables introduced. So if you forget a variable, the outcome would be different if you include that variable. And so the question becomes whether variables are deliberately forgotten or whether they're not, it's not done on purpose. But the core principles of science state that a new variable could be introduced at any given time. No matter what you think or what we know in this world, everything is always subject to change and does change. Just ask Pluto. And at any point we could learn something more that we don't know. We're constantly learning and evolving, so that introduces a new variable that we don't already know. So the core principle of science has to be that anything can be subject to change as we learn more, and nothing, the science can never truly be settled because we don't know everything in this universe, and I don't think we ever will. What we know is just a very, very small fraction at this point, and we learn so much more every day. And so at that point, you have to understand that science can be changed by any variable. And the thought that the science is settled is just almost blasphemous to science in and of itself, to be honest. Because like I said, any variable could be introduced. And I think that science right now is just being sold to the highest bidder, and that whoever these big companies or whoever wants to invest in their science to prove a point invests into these scientists, and then the scientists deliberately get the outcome that they're paid to get by simply forgetting variables. It's a really simple concept. Oh, I forgot that. How could I have forgot? And then therefore all your science is skewed, and everything that we've paid for with our tax dollars or everything we've done is just a complete and total waste and fraud. And so at the end of it all, we have to have the freedom to decide what we want to do and how we want to perceive science. Because like I said, any science can be manipulated, and you almost just have to leave the science to yourself, and that's all you can really decide is what you see with your own two eyes and what you can decide with your own two eyes, and go from there. And always be open to having an open mind and realizing that anything is subject to change the more that we learn along this crazy journey of life.